All right, here we go. It's turn two, and still August turn two. And over here in Serbia, well, it's not looking good for the Serbs. Well, they did take somebody with them. The unit that was there got smashed, destroyed, and then the unit that was here was attacked here, and there was an exchange. And the end result was that they had to lose their top best attacker versus the defender. So, they lost a pretty decent Austrian-Hungarian unit, but they took the unit out, and it's looking like Belgrade is almost surrounded. And over here, nothing happened. They just waiting for the Russians to show up. The Russians will be impacting this turn for themselves. Over here, the Germans did attack. They did take out. It was the Russian units that were there. They did get taken out, but it was like a half exchange or something like that. So the Germans did take some losses there, but they did take out some Russian troops in the process to get them off the front. It's going to be kind of interesting right now. It's just like I've played this happen before. It's like you're using units up to get a couple defenders, and some units are just running around trying to do all the work. And well, if you have an exchange like they just did, that kind of hampers the Germans protecting the Eastern Front. So we'll just see what happens there. Over here, and things have changed a bit. As you can see that Brussels has fallen. Oh, I think this is that Antwerp or Ghent. So basically, they got one city left before they fall. So there's not much left of Belgium to hold. There was a battle that happened here, and they did take out the French unit that was there, just crushed them. And there was a French unit there that got crushed with all these guys, so they got wiped out. So it's looking not so good for the French at the moment because, well, here come the Germans. They're just piling in. Makes you wonder how it's like, how did this even in World War One actual? How did this survive? I don't know. There's one problem that the French have is that they're supposed to guard this whole area and allow the Belgians to take care of things. Well, the Belgians are holding up. They're more or less a speed bump, but here comes the British. But the British will show up, and it's going to be a hard slog for them to even protect themselves away from what's coming down the pipe. So now they got to stretch their lines there to keep the Germans from smashing in towards Paris right here. Not good. We'll just have to see. They're going to need some reinforcements real soon. Now they do get some reinforcements coming this turn. Algiers and Tunis. The troops that are down here can now jump, be shipped up to one of the ports up here, one of these here, and then they can be moved up after the fact. But until that happens, they got some, like this is the not Free French, but the Foreign Legion. French Foreign Legion parked over there. All right. We'll be back and see what happens with the Allies' turn. So they're going to have to hope that the Allies are going to be like everything is on the Russians. It's up to the Russians to pull some pressure and take it off the Western Front. All right, back. All right, everybody, it's the Allied turn 2, so it's the bottom of the second. And over here, the Serbs are just like, it's not so good. So they're just moving their troops up. Over here, the Russians attacked. They're trying to take these cities right here. They had a very successful attack right here. These units smashed into here, took this unit out, and obliterated this Austro-Hungarian unit right there. As you notice, there's a hole right here. The Russians attacked, and here to here, trying to take that unit out and got, well, Here's the die roll, a 1. So it was basically an exchange, so they got wiped out. So they took out some guys with them. All right, that's okay. We got a few more Russians right now. The Austrians. Over here, they attacked. They tried to take this fort right here, to take it out. And, well, yeah. It was an attack or attrition, and the Russian units that were here just got obliterated. And I was like going to take this fort out so then I could march on Konigsberg right here. And yeah, well, that plan's gone awry because all my attack force right here got wiped out. Not good. I was expecting to have some better results. I've been happy with like an exchange, and I would have taken these guys with me. But no, they're still parked in that fort. So if I could have taken that fort, then I would have gone here. There's really nothing to do here, but it's like one unit. I could have done a 1-to-1 attack right here, but it's a -2 to the die roll. I'm just curious what would have happened. Well, I guess I rolled a 7, a 1-to-1 and a 7. Would have been an exchange. They would have wiped each other. Both units have been gone, but there have been nobody defending that city. But I had nobody else to follow up and take it. So that's a major problem right there. So, Allied turn 2 on the Eastern Front has been Slaughterfest. Darn Germans are holding in like an Alabama tick. Okay, over here, mosey on for the long journey over to the Western Front. The British have finally showed up, and they've parked themselves here. I've stripped units. So the ones from Africa showed up here. They're in port. Pulled the unit out of here so I can move 2 by rail now. So I pulled 2 out and moved up into the line. So we got the line going. This unit that was demoralized is now free to do something next turn. So I got some units right here that can be used next turn. And we kind of shored up the line. It's like this unit goes to here, this here to here. We just kind of stretched the line out. And now we almost have a continuous line to the channel. And hopefully next turn I can get some more British up here to hold this line. And we need reinforcements. So in October we can start replacing some of the casualties. But the butcher bill over here, it's like lots of dead units on both sides right there. You can see big piles. But the biggest pile is like there's a lot of dead Russians. Russians died in droves. That's the worst I think I've ever had on the playing either Guns of August or this game for number of units I lost so early in the game for the Russians. They just kind of took the steam right out of the attack. So I lost my entire northern army. And the southern army is doing fairly decent against probably the next turn. I can take this city. Most likely that city will be gone unless something changes or anything. And the Serbs are holding out right there, but I guarantee you this Belgrad's not going to look probably going to fall here in the turn. Okay, that is the complete turn 2. It's sort of almost maybe turning into a stalemate on the Western Front. Eastern Front is collapsed. Even though the Germans don't have any troops to take advantage of the collapse, it is a collapse of the Russian forces. You know, they got reinforcements way back here. So the next turn in September, I can start physically, actively using my rail lines because the mobilization, right now they said that troops are being mobilized. So first turn, you don't get to use anybody by rail. Second turn, you get 2 units you can move by rail. And then when it comes September, the lines are open for full movement. And I could start moving all these troops that are back here and way in the back and train them and move them up, so I can rebuild an army up there and move some over here to start moving on the Austrians. And I got to wait till October to start replacing the casualties. Okay, that's what's going on. All right, we'll be back.